people coming at Tiger again.
Yeah.
You know,
Tiger like, again?
you know, more money, more problems, you know.
So let's get into this situation from a legal perspective.
Right. So this is something that probably strikes most people as not making much sense.
Right.
But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the way you look at it, there's a set of laws called dram shop laws. And that basically states that if you are an establishment or you got a private party, a private function, even in your own home,
right,
and you serve people alcohol beyond the level of intoxication and they leave your event or your establishment and then injure someone, you could be held liable for the damages they cause, you know, after leaving.
Right.
Now, the interesting thing is...
That's only if you provide it, right?
If you provide it,
yeah.
Yes. Now, the interesting thing in Florida, they actually have a more narrow law than we have in North Carolina. In Florida, establishments aren't liable just for serving alcohol. In Florida, you have to serve it to someone who's known to be habitually addicted to alcohol. So if you notice in the story, the attorneys for the young man's family asserted that he was a known alcoholic and that he attended Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and that they were aware of that. So that's the
restaurant was aware?
That Tiger and his girlfriend were aware. So that's the catch in Florida, that they have to be shown to have been aware that he was addicted and that he was in treatment and that they served him alcohol, you know. Anyway,
I thought it was interesting that in the story I read that it specifically noted that they were aware of something like that.
Right.
It was just part of the story, but it was like, okay, that's weird that it's in there,
yeah,
or that they, you know, kind of focused on it a bit. You talked about the level of intoxication. How is that determined?
Well, in this case, since this young man passed away, I'm sure it was through a blood draw.
Well, when you were going over the law, you were saying that they're liable if they're deemed to have served over or at a level of intoxication. But doesn't that vary between people?
Well, with that, it's kind of a visual thing. Someone slurring their speech and kind of, you know, if you see it a lot on TV and in the movies where they cut someone off at the bar,